Look at these lovely spinach seedlings. Who doesn't love a bit of spinach, all that iron? Now these are grown in the Aussie gardener small propagator. Watch the next video. I'm going to teach you how to grow vegetables from seed. I've got my kit that's just arrived, and this is the seed and propagation kit. So you use this for growing your own vegetable seedlings at home, and I want to show you all the different things that are in it. First of all, we've got the planter. The A3 planter is going to tell us what to sow, what veggies to sow at different times of the year. We've got, of course, all the different seeds, the top 14 seeds for growing in pots. We've got labels to keep organized, a seed dispenser. We've got the Ferticoat fertilizer for once they're growing, the bottle top sprinklers as well. We've got the seaweed solution to be able to fertilize the growing seedlings. Of course, we've got the propagators here. So watch the next video to see how they all go together. We've got, of course, the soil, so the seed and cutting, raising mix in here. And then we've got the vermiculite to sprinkle on and the soil scoop. It's a complete kit ready to start growing your own vegetable seedlings at home. Now this is called a propagator, and the reason we use one of these is so that we provide a nice moist environment for the seeds to germinate, because if the soil dries out too much, the seeds die, and that might be why your seedlings haven't germinated in the past when you tried to grow from seed. So it's very simple. We've got the base tray, which is going to hold some of the water in there. We've got the seedling trays that holds 13 plants, and then we've got the lid. So we're going to put some of our seedling soil mix and just sprinkle that in on the top there. There we go. Break up any big clumps, get it in there. Don't pack it down too much. Leave it nice and light. We'll just fill those last little bits there. Very good. And smooth it off. And then we're ready to put our seeds in. Now I'm just checking the veggie sowing planner to know when I can sow these seeds. Now right at the moment, I want to put some lettuce in. So I'll put that down. I know that I can grow those all the way through the year in my area. And so I've got my lettuce seeds here. We'll just tear that pack open. And we're going to sprinkle some down. Might put them on my hands first. Now we do actually have a little gadget in the kit that actually helps you dispense these fine seeds. So you'll see that in the actual kit. And we're just going to sprinkle them on there. It doesn't matter if you get a couple in there, but aim to get maybe 1 or 2 into each one of these. And the reason we do 1 to 2 is because sometimes a seed won't germinate. So we've just got that. So we've got a good coverage there. And then there's a magic ingredient that you're going to put on top of the seedlings. So we're just going to push those down just a little bit, very, very gently. And then we're going to sprinkle this one, which comes in your kit. And this is called vermiculite. And this is the secret ingredient that the nurseries use to get these seeds to germinate well. It retains the moisture, but it's very light, so the seedlings can push through super easy. Now you just sprinkle it on top. And then it's ready for the next important thing, which is, of course, watering. Now, it's a good idea to always put labels in whatever you're planting so you can remember later on when they sprout up. And of course, this is all included in the kit, but we need to give these a drink because we've just put them in and we don't want them to dry out. So we're going to grab a soft drink bottle, but if we poured that on, it's going to really disrupt everything. So what we do is we swap this over, and in the kit, you're going to get these little bottle top sprinklers. Great little handy device. You screw that onto the top there, and then that will give us a nice gentle watering for those little seedlings. Now, how often should you water it? Well, you won't need to give it too much water because the plastic dome that sits on top is going to hold the moisture in and stop most of it evaporating. But as a general guide, we want to keep the soil nice and damp, and you can give it a bit of extra water so that the water drains out the bottom. I'll just show you. And it will fill these ridges down the bottom here, all the gullies down here, the valleys, I should say. So basically it'll look something like this. And that way when the plants start growing, they can draw that water up. Now we need to find a really good spot for this to go so that it's going to be in some good sunlight, but not too hot, because otherwise the temperature is going to get really toasty in there, particularly in summer. So in winter, I would position this probably in full sun. But in summer, I would put it in a spot that's only going to get some morning sun. Now, if you notice it starts to get a lot of condensation inside, it has vents on the top here, and you just turn the dial until you see there's a hole here, and that will release some of that moisture there. Otherwise, in colder weather, you can keep those closed. Now, if you're a first-time veggie grower, it's hard to know because you may have heard that you can plant the seeds straight into your veggie patch. Now, some of them you can. How do you know which ones? You refer to the Veggie Sowing Planner, which is an optional extra in the kit, and I highly recommend you get it. Let's come in close and have a little look. Now, it gives us lots of information on here. Now, if we look at this one here, this is for peas. Now, peas are a large seed, and it tells us that we can sow them straight into the beds where it says trays or beds here. Now, generally, if the seed is a bit larger, you can sow it straight into your beds, and sometimes the smaller ones, you can actually sow just into the propagator. But it's not a hard and fast rule, and so that's why it's important to have this planner, which I highly recommend getting with the kit to guide you in what to do. Now, you may have noticed our seed packs are pretty basic. We've dispensed with all the pretty coloured packs and all the extra packaging, and we've just basically got the seed packs here nicely labelled. Now, how many do you get in each pack? We've designed this so there's enough seed for a full year of growing. So something like pumpkins, you might have, say, 6 or 7 seeds because you don't really need to grow that many pumpkin plants. Whereas if you're growing carrots, there's hundreds of seeds in the pack because each seed is an individual carrot. So you get plenty of seeds in there. And also keep in mind that when you're growing these, you can then collect the seed from these to be able to grow for the next year and so on. Now, you've probably heard these phrases in association with seeds: heirloom, organic, non-GMO. What do they all mean? Let me explain to you. Now, are our seeds organic? No, they're not. But is it important? Not really. We grow all our vegetables behind me in our veggie patch organically, but we use regular seed because you don't actually get that pesticide transferring through seeds into large plants because they're so tiny. Now, non-GMO, we definitely don't sell GMO seeds. And in fact, you would be hard pressed to even get any GMO seeds in Australia because they're only supplied to selected farmers for mass crops. And then the other one was heirloom. Now, heirloom basically means a variety of a vegetable that's been grown for many years. In other words, it's tried and tested. And certainly all of these have been grown in Australia for like 20, 30, 40, 50 years. So you're onto some winners here. Now, if you want to get this complete set, it's got everything you need to start growing vegetables at home. This particular kit is designed for growing them, particularly in pots, which you'll learn about in our classes. Did you know that we actually have free veggie growing classes that you can follow along with? You'll find those on our website. Now, I'd love to give you a discount code to use today for this kit, and that code is Fresh Start. All one word, Fresh Start. So just like growing your own vegetables, it's going to be a fresh start in growing these seedlings at home.